Ciao! Welcome back to our community. Today's video is this. Is Ottawa family friendly? Let's dive right in. Number one is safety. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Ottawa recently got a pretty bad rap, not only on the national level, but internationally earlier this year, specifically January and February 2022, because of some protests that were going on downtown. So you might be thinking Ottawa might not be the greatest, safest, Canadian-friendly place to live. Well, let me fact check that for you real quick. Out of all major Canadian cities, Ottawa has the lowest rate with respect to violent crime, the second lowest rate nationally speaking for breaking and entering, and the lowest national rate of drug-related violation. That means everything possessions, exportation, importation, and production. That being said, there are maybe certain areas in the downtown core that you might want to avoid if you're alone or with your children at night, but overall, Ottawa does rank as one of the safest metropolitan cities in Canada and also in the world. You can rest easy if your kids are playing outside unsupervised, if they occasionally stay home alone, or if they bring home a new group of friends. Number two, access to the outdoors. Spending time outside is not just nice, it's actually necessary, especially for our young children. In a hyper plugged in culture, we need to set aside time to disconnect from our screens. You know, the ones that we're attached to from the time we open our eyes. Now, the best way to reconnect as a family and with your children is actually just to spend time outdoors playing freely. I'm not talking anything crazy. You don't necessarily need to hike up the biggest mountain you can find or go backcountry camping in the winter. What I'm talking about is just regular access to a natural setting. Studies show that regular access to the outdoors supports children's overall well-being, mental health, and physical development. For me, as a mom, I think it has to be easy. I can't get my 5-month-old baby into a car, drive an hour, and then spend, another 30 minutes outside and then head back home. I need the outdoors to be virtually at my doorstep to make it a regular thing. Ottawa has fantastic outdoor recreation opportunities. We have over 100 parks, 4 beaches, 170 kilometers of bike-friendly paths, and 150 kilometers of cross-country ski trails. And that's just in the Ottawa region alone. I'm not even talking about surrounding areas. I love this about living in Ottawa. It just makes getting outside that much easier and also cost-effective. Especially as we head into a recession, I can't be signing up my kid for outdoor activities that are going to cost me an arm and a leg and a kidney, both in gas money and sign-up fees. Another perk of living here in Ottawa is that there's actually an outdoor culture, which makes it so much more enjoyable because you can always see people outdoors, and most likely you'll be able to find somebody that's willing to join you in your outdoor recreational sport or activity. Not just in the summertime when it's, at its best, but actually all year round, which makes you that much more likely to embrace the Canadian weather for what it actually is, Canadian weather. So with respect to the outdoors, honestly, Ottawa is the best place for your kids to grow, play, and thrive in all year round. Number 3, community. We've all heard the expression, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, that's great, but what if you're in a new city, or you're a new immigrant in a new country, or you don't have family close by? Well, where is that village and how do you find them? Nobody says that. Well, I was a new mom in a new city and I was desperately looking for a village that could relate to the, particular season of life that I was in. And honestly, Ottawa is such a beautiful place for community. And here's why. In my personal experience, I just find that people that live in Ottawa tend to be a bit more friendly and are much more willing to exchange phone numbers, meet each other for a cup of coffee, invite each other over for a home-cooked meal, and overall just seem a bit more open to meeting people. Once I knew for sure that we were going to be moving to Ottawa, I, like any good millennial, jumped on Google and did a quick search. And what I found early on honestly made my whole experience and has given me such a sense of community that I've never experienced anywhere else. Early On essentially provides services and programs completely free to children and their families ranging from 0 to 6 years old. I'm going to jump into some of the programs that Early On has to offer specific to my area here in West Ottawa. Essentially, they have a main central hub, which is located in Canada, and 7 other locations throughout Western Ottawa communities, in places like Carp and Stittsville, just to name a few. Then they have a resource library where you as a parent or family members can check out different resources on topics like breastfeeding, sleep, overall child development, feeding, all that good stuff. Then they have a toy library where you can actually rent out books, toys, puzzles, and games that are developmentally appropriate for your little one, which makes the hassle of looking at toys for your little one that much easier because you don't have to necessarily buy them. The toy library actually goes on tour, so it's not just located in the main central hub in Canada, but it actually goes throughout the different communities within Western Ottawa, so that you always have a fresh rotation of toys and games that are available to you and your family. There's even things like indoor drop-in programs where they offer arts and crafts, free play, songs, and story time. They even have a French playgroup, which is awesome, especially as a Francophone living in Ottawa. Some of the early on outdoor programs include things like stroller walks and intergenerational walks, where they actually pair seniors with yourself and your children so you can share songs and stories and play games outside. Fun perk is that these stroller walks are actually year-round. This goes back to the outdoor culture that I referred to earlier. You just want to get outside. They even host special events throughout the years and specific to the seasons. For example, in the summer, I believe around in June, myself and my son were able to actually go to an outdoor festival of sorts that they were hosting with tons of games and live music and free drinks and food. There was even a fire truck. Again, all these services and programs, as well as I'm sure some that I failed to mention, are completely free. If you're a new parent thinking of moving to Ottawa, you need to take advantage of all these services and programs. You won't regret it, and it'll help you form a sense of community. Number 4, lifestyle. If your heart skips a beat in the downtown core, then places like downtown Ottawa or the Byward Market are for you. If you are preferring countryside living, then places like rural Carleton Place or Manotick might be ideal. If you like the commodities of suburbia, then places like Canada or Nepean are where it's at. The Ottawa region just has so many different lifestyles to offer. If you like the hustle and bustle, we've got that. If you like laid back country cool, we've got that. If you like just the right amount of in between, we've got that too. There's an array of different areas and vibes to choose from, which means choosing the right place for you is that much easier to make sure that it fits your lifestyle and your family needs. I promise you, regardless of your lifestyle and your unique family needs, Ottawa is not a sleepy, boring government town. There's actually quite a lot to do here, and you probably will never be able to do it all. Here's an idea of what you can find. There's tons of theaters and galleries and music festivals, amazing patios and restaurants, microbreweries, and tons of cute neighboring towns that are a quick drive away. To wrap things up, yes, Ottawa is super family friendly. It's safe, you have fantastic access to the outdoors, there's a great sense of community, and it can fit an array of different lifestyles and family needs. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below and tell me if you've ever heard of Early On, or if you've taken advantage of their programs. See you next time. Ciao.